Diffusion is basically a downhill movement of a substance along its electrochemical gradient. In this video, we will talk about the types of diffusion and factors affecting the rate of diffusion. Diffusion can be of two types: simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion. They both require some kind of passage to pass through the membrane. But the fundamental difference between the two is that in simple diffusion, the molecule crosses the membrane directly, without any chemical interaction with its passage. Whereas in facilitated diffusion, the molecule makes a chemical interaction with the passage. That said, let's see simple diffusion in more detail. It can occur through the space in between the lipid molecules in the lipid bilayer, or through pores or channels. If a substance is lipid soluble, it can penetrate the lipid bilayer itself, and thus cross it. For example, oxygen, carbon dioxide, alcohol, etc., diffuse this way. The more the lipid solubility of the substance, the faster the diffusion can be. But the lipid-insoluble substances cannot dissolve in the lipid bilayer and therefore cannot cross this way. They diffuse through pores or channels that provide continuous passage through the membrane. This passage is just like a door of a room. For example, water moves through aquaporins, and sodium ions diffuse through sodium channels. In such diffusion, the larger the molecule, the slower would be the diffusion. In general, for simple diffusion, the rate of diffusion depends on the amount of substance available for diffusion, the velocity of kinetic motion of molecules, the number of passages, and the size of passages. So this was simple diffusion. Remember, in simple diffusion, the molecules move directly, without any chemical interaction with the pore or channel. Now the facilitated diffusion. It occurs through carrier proteins. So it's also called carrier-mediated diffusion. In this, the molecule makes a chemical bond with the carrier during its passage. What happens is, first the pore in the carrier protein opens on one side of the membrane and binds with the relevant molecule. Then a conformational change in the carrier protein closes the pore from that side and opens it on the other side. Then it releases the bound molecule on that side. This process is repeated for the transport of more molecules. For example, diffusion of glucose through glucose transporters happens this way. Because of this lengthy process, the speed of facilitated diffusion is limited by the speed with which the carrier protein undergoes the conformational changes. Also, when all the carrier proteins on the membrane are occupied, the speed of diffusion reaches the maximum. After that, it can no further increase, with the increasing concentration gradient. This maximum speed is called Vmax. Compare the facilitated diffusion with simple diffusion. In simple diffusion, multiple molecules cross the channel simultaneously, without any chemical interaction with the channel. So it's a fast process. On the other hand, in facilitated diffusion, a limited number of molecules cross at a time, and that too, by making chemical interactions with carriers. So it is slow. So this was about the types of diffusion. Now let's talk about the factors affecting the rate of diffusion. The factors affecting the rate of diffusion are concentration gradient, electrical gradient, and pressure gradient. First, the higher the concentration gradient, the faster the diffusion. For example, the potassium concentration is high inside the cell. This favors its diffusion out of the cell. Second, the more favorable the electrical gradient, the faster the diffusion. For example, electronegativity inside the cell favors the diffusion of positively charged sodium from outside to inside of the cell. And lastly, the more the pressure gradient, the faster the diffusion. For example, at capillaries, higher blood pressure inside the capillary favors the diffusion of substances out of the capillary. So these were all the factors affecting the rate of absorption. Now let's have a quick summary. Simple diffusion occurs through the lipid bilayer, or pores or channels. In this, multiple molecules pass simultaneously, without any chemical interaction with the passage. So it's a fast process. On the other hand, in facilitated diffusion, limited number of molecules pass at a time, and they interact with the carrier protein chemically. It's a saturable process, and therefore, it's slow. The factors affecting the rate of diffusion are concentration, electrical, and pressure gradients. That's it for this video. Click here to read the notes on this video at our website. You can also explore our entire physiology animation video library over there. To support my free content creation, first leave a nice comment, and then share the video with all your friends and colleagues. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.